Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Juice Baseball channel. And welcome back to another episode of the Los Angeles Angels Rebuild here on MLB The Show 25. Yes, the last episode did not go the way that we may have wanted it to. The playoffs didn't last as long as we may have wanted them to last. We lost in 3 games in the wild card to the Baltimore Orioles. It was a frustrating time. I can't believe we actually lost. We won game 1. Mackenzie Gore was great. Game number 2, Luis Gil was great. Until Andres Munoz lost it in the bottom of the, whatever it was, in the top of the 9th or top of the 8th, whatever he lost it. And then game 3, Jose Soriano absolutely sucked. So in that episode, I mentioned that Jose Soriano most likely won't be a part of this team next year, and we are going to live up to that promise in this episode as we trade him in this episode. So it's time to go to the offseason. If you're curious about any of the stats, postseason stats, anything like that, go check out the last couple episodes. We went over all of the regular season stats in the end of the regular season episode, and then in the postseason episode, we took a look at like who won the awards, the postseason awards, all that kind of stuff. All that good stuff is in that episode. So the Yankees won the World Series in this year, and we will move to the offseason. Let's start. Here we go. I'm still not super a fan of the way that free agency works nowadays, but we're going to try to do it again. So we only lose one guy to retirement, but it's nobody of substance. Yasmani Grandal, Whit Merrifield retire. Tim Anderson, who has become famous for the punch on the one Texas Ranger player. Who was that? It was Rugden Odor, right? They had that fight. I think that's what it was. Let's move on to retirement. Max Scherzer makes the All-Star game, makes the Hall of Fame. Good for him. And now we have ourselves exclusive free agency, which there doesn't look like there's anybody super important here. We did just go through last season and make sure we had all the good coaches, so I think we're going to stay with the coaches that we have. I like these coaches. Dave Roberts. Can I fire and hire other coaches? I need to fire my scouts. Where are my scouts at? Can I not find them? Maybe I can't do that in the offseason. I don't know. I want to sign new scouts, but I probably can't do that in the offseason. It doesn't look like, at least. So we're going to keep everybody here as far as coaches go. Exclusive free agency. I don't think we're going to sign Quijada. I don't think we're going to sign Carlos Santana back. One of these two Roger brothers is coming back. I don't know which one I want. Probably Taylor Rogers, because he had a better season than Tyler did. So I'm probably going to make an offer on Taylor Rogers. A 2-year deal is a little bit steep, but I'll go for it. We'll offer him that. And then Tyler Rogers, do I want Tyler Rogers back? A $23 million qualifying offer is absolutely diabolical. I'll give him a $3 million. I can't afford that? You're telling me I can't afford $3 million a year? Am I broke? I can't even afford $4.5 million or $4 million. You know what? Never mind. I guess I can't do any of that. So we will offer Taylor Rogers back. What kind of budget am I working with here? Oh, I'm working with negative money. No wonder. I don't have a budget. Okay, that's interesting. We're going to have to move on some people. Who's going to get traded here? I don't know. I don't think I want Tyler Rogers anyway, so we're going to move on from him anyway. Johan Duran has been traded from the Twins to the Diamondbacks for Jake Fraley and Tommy Troy. That's all it takes to get Johan Duran on the team. Last day to make qualifying offers. I think I'm fine. Looks like Taylor Rogers accepted, so that's good. But I think I'm fine with leaving Tyler Rogers out. So let's go open up actual free agency. Okay, free agency's been opened up. Who's available in it? You got Scooble, you got Crochet, Jazz. Okay, there's some names here. Nobody that like blows me off the page with like, oh, we have to sign that guy. There's some okay names in here. We certainly could use a guy like Garrett Crochet or a guy like Tariq Scooble as a starter. No, don't let the staff handle it. Okay. So, how do we get by trading all these people? Unfortunately, Jose Soriano is not under contract anymore. He's got arbitration and stuff, so he doesn't free up any money by trading him. But it looks like we have $39 million. We got to get rid of this guy. He just doesn't fit what I'm trying to do. He's not very good. But we can't really trade for anybody that's going to be too unbelievable. Can we go for a guy like Logan Gilbert? Not really. Jacob deGrom is crazy bad. How has he gone so bad? 77 overall at 38 years old. He was so good in his prime. Who do we want to go after? Yuri Perez is always a guy that I want to go after, but he never develops at all. He just sucks so much for some reason in simulation. I don't know why. Hunter Green would be cool, but oh my God, did he have a bad year in simulation? Why does Hunter Green never simulate well? It's so strange. He's such a good pitcher, but he never simulates well. Is it possible to get Paul Skeens? Oh, getting Paul Skeens would be legendary. Getting Paul Skeens would be legendary. Who do I want to go after here? Who's a viable candidate to be on the team? I don't know. There's not really anybody that, like, is speaking to me right now. There's nobody that, like, oh, I have to have you or something. Like, I'm not really finding that anywhere. Not even Tanner Beebe. He'd be a higher overall. He went 11-11 with a 4 ERA and a 1.22. I mean, do I really want to go after a guy like Tanner Beebe? I've never had him on the team before, so it could be a fun little experiment, see if he's actually good. But I don't really think that he's the guy that we go after. I kind of like Logan Gilbert, but Logan Gilbert is probably going to be a little bit too expensive for us. We probably don't have the money in the long term to be able to afford him. So we'll just have to be like, we get him back for a year and then he gone after the next year. And I don't really want to be put in that situation. Christopher Sanchez could be cool, but at 30 years old, that's the wrong direction. If we're going to get somebody that's 30 years old, we're going to get somebody that's really, really good. I kind of want to go for Hunter Green, but I don't like the fact that he doesn't simulate well in MLB The Show. I just don't know why he doesn't. It's very strange, if you ask me. Very, very strange. Oh, there's Thomas Gilliand, our first-round pick from this past draft. He's finally made it up here as a 71 overall. Josh Garcia, Robert Yamazaki, also one of our picks from this past year. Nice to see them on here now. Eiley Perez should be healthy, right? Yeah, he's healthy now. Look at these progressions he's getting. Eiley Perez is going to be a freak. I'm so happy we have him on the team. Because Eiley Perez is going to be a stud. I might trade Harry Ford in this situation. This could be a Harry Ford situation where he gets moved. Unless... Is there any other trade offers? So there's no other trades with the combination of players that we have right now that they want. Hunter Green's that valuable to you? I get it, he's your ace and everything. Zach Neto and Logan O'Hoppe is the trade that they want to make. Well, I'm not giving you Zach Neto or Logan O'Hoppe. I could give you Logan O'Hoppe in the future because we have Eiley Perez. Is Hunter Green really that unattainable? Is he really that unattainable? I'd like to keep both these guys and then have Hunter Green as the third guy. But maybe I'd have to give up Luis Gil for Hunter Green. I don't really want to do that because he was fairly good for us last year. I mean, Hunter Green's walks per 9 are better than Luis's. How do I do this? How do I acquire Hunter Green? I don't think I have anybody else that they would want. I mean, I have Zach Neto, like I said, but I'm not trading Zach Neto. I'd be willing to trade Andres Munoz, that's for sure. How do I get this to happen? How do I get this to happen? I mean, I could just trade Luis Gil and swap him for Hunter Green, but I don't know if I want to do that. It's cheaper, that's for sure. It is certainly cheaper. But I like Luis Gil. I thought he was a good player for me. And Hunter Green is historically just doesn't simulate well for some reason. I don't know why he doesn't. He's got decent stats. He just doesn't simulate very well. Maybe we revisit the Hunter Green situation a little bit later. I kind of want to go after... Who was I looking at? Not Logan Gilbert. There was another guy that I was looking at. Was it Tanner Beebe? Maybe Tanner Beebe's the guy for me. Maybe Tanner Beebe is the guy. Was there anybody else that I wanted to go after other than him and Hunter Green? I don't think there was. Nah, probably not. Let's just try to get Tanner Beebe right now. Make a move for him. We have so many catchers. Let's just toss in a deep potential catcher that is not going to ever matter for us. Actually, you know what? Let's toss in a 28-year-old deep potential catcher. There we go. We'll trade Jose Soriano for Tanner Beebe. That's another starting pitcher on the roster. We need to get 2 more, to be fair, because Birdsong I want down in AAA, and Bobby Miller I don't think is ready just yet. So we got to get rid of him. Andres Munoz I'd be willing to move because he's in the doghouse and I hate him. Mason Miller, how good of a season do you have? He had 37 saves, a 2.35 ERA. But I feel like, we always get Mason Miller once we found out how good he was. Ooh, my God, Ryan Helsley. He had the season of a lifetime. I'd be willing to make a move for him. If I give you this, Mason Erla. They also have a closing pitcher who is a prospect, a top prospect. Well, that changes some things. Can I get him as well? I can if I give them George Klassen. What about if I give you this guy? No, they don't want him. I bet I can get both of these guys if I just finagle the system a little bit here. This could be where I trade Harry Ford, but I think I want to package him in something else. I know it's possible. I can do this without giving up anybody too amazing. I could just do it with George Klassen, but I don't know if I want to give him up or not. He's pitching pretty well. He's growing pretty well. But to get a top prospect that I could put in the bullpen, that might be pretty... And he throws absolute heat. Oh, my God. I think this might be worth it. Let's do this trade. So we get a new closing pitcher, and we get a prospect closing pitcher who is hopefully going to be just thrown in the bullpen and absolutely be a stud. All right, that's been traded. Ryan O'Hearn, we talked about trading him. So who are we going to swap with Ryan O'Hearn? Who is going to get somebody preferably cheaper? Michael Tolia? That could be pretty fun. He's not much better than Ryan O'Hearn. Who is going to get traded? Tristan Casas, Rowdy Tellez, Kyle Manzardo, the Torque. I forgot the Tiger. I always forget the Tigers signed Vladimir Guerrero Jr. I think I talked about that in one of the most recent episodes. We had Christian Walker on one of our other series. I can't remember which one it was. Was it the Padres? I think it was the Padres. Tyler Soderstrom's a first baseman now? Okay, I didn't realize they switched him. Josh Naylor, hardly know her. There's not really like the first base market nowadays is kind of just, ugh. Who's this guy? I don't know, but he's a 60 overall starting at first base for the Brewers. Good luck with that. I don't know. There's no good players at first base. At least not on paper. I'm not really sure who I want to go for here. I mean, we could just go for like a young guy, like Nick Kurtz, but I don't really know. Who do I want to go after? I mean, this first base market is just not... There's nobody here. There's not even any young guys that I want to go after. The future of the position's not looking much better than the current position. The current people in the position. Bryce Eldridge, I guess, he's 68 overall. He's 22. But he's not really a guy that I want as my starting... Well, I guess he doesn't have to be the starting first baseman because we could have Nolan Schonel be the starting first baseman. I guess that's a possibility. We could just go for Bryce Eldridge. Let's look around a little bit more. See if there's another guy other than Bryce Eldridge. Xavier Isaac, we've gone down that road before. It could be a possibility, but we're not going to do it right now, at least. Maybe in the future we'll get him. Kyle Manzardo's 26. Torkelson's 27. We've gone down that road before. Didn't really work too well. Jacques, we could go for Jacques Caglione. Maybe we go for him. He's 73 over. At least he's got a little bit of future. He is 24, though. You know what? Let's try to go for Jacques. We'll toss in... I don't really have a lot of depth. We'll toss in Nick Jones as a bullpen arm, and we don't really need you anymore since we have Estrella. So let's just do that. Trade Ryan O'Hearn for Jacques. And now Schonel can, I guess, move into first base for right now as the starter. And then we'll have Jacques as a backup. Is there anybody else that I want to trade? Devers making a ton of money, but he had such a good year for me. I can't get rid of him. James Wood we're keeping. Sam Hilliard, I guess we don't really need. He's making a little bit too much money. Brent Rooker would be cool, but if I think Sam Hilliard's making too much money, then Brent Rooker's making way too much money. Jason Dominguez would be an interesting one, but he's a little bit too valuable for the pieces that we're trying to trade away, so that's probably not going to happen. Christopher Morel got moved to left field. Well, that's kind of wild. I didn't realize that. He has no speed. Why is he in left field? Let's see. Is there any potential trades here? Is there any potential trades? Marlon Telshaw with a beard on this dude is crazy. Nolan Jones, he's 28 years old. Nolan Jones could be interesting, but we're not really looking for a starter. Well, he wouldn't be a starter. Jose Altuve's in left field? I forgot about that. Why? And he's on the Dodgers, too? Giancarlo, don't call me Mike Stanton. Stephen Kwan, Riley Green, Blanco, Jake Fraley, Alvarez. The left field market's not really that good either. What about a center fielder? I guess we don't have to trade him for a left fielder. We could just trade him for a center fielder because we have been looking to trade Joe Adell as well. So if I could package maybe Joe Adell and Sam Hilliard for a starting center fielder, that would be pretty sick nasty. But can we find somebody that I want? Jake McCarthy's cool. He's got a lot of speed, but he's not the guy that I'm going after. Drew Jones. We always go for Drew Jones. We're not going to go for him right now, though. Bretton Doyle, O'Neal Cruz. That could be an interesting one. He's got decent power. He lost a lot of speed, though. He had a little bit more speed than I could have swore he did. But whatever. Let's see. Not going to be able to get Jackson Merrill. We don't want Darth. Roman Anthony's going to be impossible to get right now, at least with the guys that we're going after. Spencer Jones, same deal. Let's see. Parker Meadows, Isbell, Brian Buxton, Emmanuel Rodriguez. If Buxton wasn't so old, I'd go after him. Julio Rodriguez, impossible to get. Luis Robert. Not impossible to get. But I probably won't go after him. Man, there's not really like a center fielder. There's not really anybody at any position that I want to go after. I kind of want to go after O'Neal Cruz now that I think about it. Can I pull this off? Or is it going to be too unavailable? What about if I offer a trade? It's Christian Campbell is the other guy that they want. Well, I'm not going to give you Christian Campbell. You can forget about that. You can forget about getting a potential Christian Campbell. This could be where I give up Harry Ford, actually. Maybe this is where we give up Harry Ford. There's not a combination of players that you want. They want James Wood. I'm not going to give them James Wood. They want Zach Neto. Not going to give them Zach Neto. Come on, there's got to be a combination of players to get O'Neal Cruz on the roster. Come on. Not even Birdsong or Bobby Miller. Or Dana. I mean, our first-round pick, Gillian, gets it across, but I'm not going to do that. Josh Garcia does. Yamazaki does. Man, all the guys that I don't want to give up. All the guys that I don't absolutely want to give up get it across, unfortunately. And nobody that I want to give up does. I was hoping like Bobby Miller would do it, but he doesn't. Okay, so Harry Ford and Sam Hilliard just looks like it's not going to be a combination, unfortunately. I think that this is possible. I really do think this is possible. I just got to find the right match of people, the right combination of players. Christian Moore almost does it. I don't know if I'd be willing to give up Christian Moore, though. There's got to be... There's simply got to be a combination that works. I forgot we had Asa Lacy on the squad. Come on, there's got to be somebody. Okay, this now allows for Hayden Birdsong to be traded. Caden Dana. Esclarana doesn't do it. Osmond. I was hoping Sedano would do it, but... Do I get rid of Hayden Birdsong? I don't really have another option. Like, to replace Birdsong if we do trade him. But he did not have a good year in the bigs. I was going to send him down to AAA anyway. Maybe he's just not worth keeping up on the roster. Maybe we just send him away to get O'Neal Cruz. I think that could be pretty fun. Let's do it. The Dodgers get Hayden Birdsong. They don't need him, but they get him. They have him now, and we have our starting center fielder now. O'Neal Cruz is now our center fielder, which is pretty awesome. But we're still looking to trade Sam Hilliard, I guess. I didn't really think about that. We didn't really even trade him. Let's try to trade Hilliard for another pitcher. Is there a youngster that I can go after who's maybe not valued very well? God, Garrett Cole has regressed so heavily. And he even got a save last year. That's kind of wild. That is kind of... Well, there's Reed Detmers. We must have put him in the Louis Gill trade. They've got Spencer Schwellenbach. We can't get him. Clark Schmidt. There's got to be a young guy that doesn't really get a lot of love. Ricky Tiedemann. There's Alek Manoah. We could get Alek Manoah. He didn't even play big league baseball last year. Hagen Smith. Noah Schultz. Jose Soriano. Tristan McKenzie got DFA'd, didn't he? Ooh, I might be able to do this. This could be a viable option. I can finally get rid of Tucker Flint because I've been trying to trade him for years. And if I trade away Tatum Levens, we can pull in Tristan McKenzie. All right, we're just becoming the Cleveland Guardians. Okay, so Tanner Beebe and Tristan McKenzie are now on the squad. I like that a little bit. Now we have to go through arbitration and pay some people. So let's go and do that really quickly before we go into free agency because we're not going to have enough money, are we? Arbitration eligible. Let's offer arbitration to O'Neal Cruz since he's going... All these guys are going to be expensive anyway. So let's just keep them on arbitration. We'll do all that. Offer you arbitration. I'm pretty sure everybody here is going to get arbitration. Because everybody here is going to be somebody that I want to bring back. Then once we do that, we can think about trading some more people. We made some pretty big trades. We brought in O'Neal Cruz to be our new starting center fielder. Let's offer these last two guys. I've been trying to trade Scott Kingery for years as well. All right, so all that's offered. That's going to be a lot of money right out the gates. So we're going to have to tender these contracts as well. Obviously, we're going to renew the contract of Eiley Perez. That's pretty obvious. Christian Campbell is going to get his new offer. His contract renewed. Jacques is going to get renewed. Marco Raya. Caden Dana. Actually, just everybody probably. How many are here? I'm gonna cut till we get through this because there's a lot of people here. I'm gonna renew everybody just to have bodies on the roster. All right, all the tender contracts are finished, and obviously you saw me do the arbitration deals, so we are not gonna really have that much budget to do anything. As you can see, we are negative by a lot after paying all those arbitration deals and doing all of the tender contracts. So I think the only way we're going to be able to make anything happen, as they show us all our trades that we just made, the only thing that we're going to be able to do to make anything happen here is trades. I think that's the only way we're going to be able to make any other big moves because we simply don't have money. We can't offer any of these guys contracts because we just don't have any money left because we're paying a lot of people a lot of money, as you can see by the negative $33 million. But I don't want to trade any of these guys, unfortunately. And we just brought in Ryan Helsley, which I didn't account for. I didn't think we were going to trade for a guy like Ryan Helsley. Weaver's still available to trade, but I don't think I want to trade him. But everybody else that is on contract is not making any money, so they're not going to be worth trading, really. All of the guys that we traded away are guys that we wanted to trade away. So I think free agency is not going to be very impactful for us. Framber Valdez goes to the Guardians. They needed somebody after they traded away Tanner Beebe. Nico Horner goes to the Twins. Freddie Peralta back to the Brewers. Okay. And Garrett Crochet signs a 9-year deal with the Tigers. The Tigers are going all in. They signed Vladimir Guerrero Jr. last year. They're going all in. That's kind of crazy. The 40-man roster. Who do I want to make sure is not... or is already on the 40-man. I want to make sure that Thomas is on the 40-man. So we're going to add him. Do I want you on the 40-man? I don't really care about you or you. Caleb Ketchup, no. Paris, I guess, is on the 40-man. I don't really want him on there, though. But I guess if I don't have any other options, might as well have him. What about AAA? Brogdon don't care about. Estrella definitely went on there. Don't want him to get picked up by anybody. You don't care about, no. Nelson Rod is there. Christian Moore, perfect. All right, I think that's pretty good for guys on the 40-man. Everybody else, I don't care if they do get taken. I don't think they will, but I don't care if they do. The Class A guys, Eskrella. I'd be a little upset if some of these guys got taken. So let's move you up to AA, you up to AA. Everybody else can be in Class A still. And we'll put those guys on the 40-man just in case. I don't think that they would get taken either, but I don't want to have any risks. Where's the other guy at? There he is. I don't want to have any risks. So those guys will be put on the 40-man. And that should be everybody. So now we can move past that. Another day to offer free agents. Another day to offer arbitration. I've already done all that. Tariq Skubal has signed with the Braves on a 9-year, basically $400 million deal. That is actually wild. The Braves going in on a big-time pitcher like they need anymore. Another day to offer contracts to free agents. Tender contracts are all done. Brandon Woodruff goes to the A's. 3-year deal. Kind of crazy. You don't usually see the A's paying that much money. And Jack Flaherty to the Tigers. I tell you, the Tigers are loading up, man. The Tigers are going to be a dangerous team. Casey Mai is going from the Tigers to the Brewers. And now it's time for the draft lottery. Obviously, we're not going to have very good odds to get the first overall pick. We're probably just going to stay at 22. But at least we're having good progress. We're making our chances a lot better to win the World Series. We don't necessarily need a top pick anymore. We found our catcher, and we found our pitcher in Gillian. We stay at number 22. The Royals jump up 5 spots with a 7.5 chance to get the number 1 pick. They got it. Well, good for them. Good for the Kansas City Royals. They need it. The Rule 5 draft is now here. I don't see any of my guys getting taken, which is always good. It's always good, and that is the end of the Rule 5 draft. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Another day to offer free agent contracts. Pete Alonso signed with the Orioles. Adolis Garcia signed with the Dodgers. Like the Dodgers need anybody else. Jazz Chisholm still available. So is Shane Bieber. That's not really super surprising. Jonathan India, all this kind of stuff. All right. I don't think that we're going to be making any other deals because we can't. Is this going to hurt us being... Oh, there, Jazz goes back to the Yankees. Us being negative money, is that going to affect... Oh, Cam Smith got traded for from the Astros to the A's for 2 prospects and a pitcher. All right. What I kept saying was, as Jonathan India goes to the Diamondbacks, are we going to not be able to offer these guys arbitration because we're negative money? Or is it negative because we've offered these guys? I guess we'll find out. This could screw us in a couple of seconds. This could screw us. Let's find out what happens here. Here we go. Arbitration time. Bo. The panel sided with Bo. The panel sided with Shawnell. The panel sided with Brogdon. The panel sided with us for Scott Kingery. The panel sided with McKenzie. And with O'Neal Cruz. And with Beebe. And with Ben Joyce. And with us for Jose Suarez. They always sign with us for the guys that don't need any money. Ohapi, they signed with Ohapi. They signed with Bachman. And they signed with us for Brock Burke. With Moniak. With us for Victor Gonzalez. With us for Bobby Miller. And that is it. So everybody's back on arbitration. All that kind of stuff. But let's take a look at our budget. Or maybe not look at our budget because it's going to be disgustingly over in the red. Yeah, negative $67 million in debt. That's kind of crazy. It doesn't really feel like we should be that negative in money. Like, it doesn't feel like we're paying that many people that much money. I know we've got like 4 guys up here that are getting paid a lot, but it doesn't really feel like we're paying that many people that much money. It just kind of feels weird that we're so negative. I don't know. It's weird. But maybe this team is good enough to win a championship. Probably not, because we only have 3 pitchers that I like, right? We only have Beebe and Gillen, Mackenzie Gore, so who knows how this is going to go. Who knows how this is going to go. And Bo's not even going to be up here. I don't know why he's still up here. He's not even going to be up here. The bullpen needs to be fixed, that's for sure. But today is the final big board day. Oh, I don't really need to sign. We can't sign any free agents, so it doesn't really matter. It's not like we can sign anybody. Last day to renew contracts. Let's get to spring training. Let's get to the end of spring training. We'll simulate all these games. Hopefully the boys simulate well. I mean, that's going to be promising if we do, but we're under 500. We're losing a bunch of games. What's happening here? I'm panicking. Okay, James Wood broke his foot. Oh, that's not good. James Wood will miss the start of the year. That's not good at all. Ooh, that's brutal. He's going to miss opening day. Okay, well, I didn't want that to happen. Why was he playing in spring training? Hey, we've gotten positive money now. We were negative $67 million. Now we're positive $7 million. Money's crazy. All right, well, we're going to have to find a replacement. No, Kyle Schwarber's certainly not playing left field for us. That is a guarantee. I need to fix this roster because I saw that Eiley Perez is up here. Eiley Perez will not be up here. He will be in AAA. Bo will not be up here. He will be in AAA. We will have Taylor Rogers definitely up here. Hans, I guess, is going to have to be up here. They've already taken down Victor Gonzalez. We are not going to have Marco Rea up here. That is for sure. Thomas Gillian's not going to start in AAA. He's going to start in AA. Escalona, I don't know. Escalona is his name. He's going to start in AA as well. Garcia and Yamazaki. Yamazaki's going to be in AA. You're going to be in AA. There's a lot of AA pitchers. Do I have enough AAA pitchers? 1, 2, 3. Okay, I only have 3 AAA pitchers, so somebody else has got to be up. So Hicks is going to be in AAA. And then you're going to be in AAA. There we go. Okay. Then bullpen. The bullpen's going to be a little rough. Caglione's going to be up here. Campbell's going to be up here. Christian Moore's going to be still in AAA. This fine. Schwarber and James Wood. O'Neal Cruz and Moniak. And then John Kenzie and Mike Trout. So we still have roster space. We probably should sign a couple of free agents just to have some more bodies. There's Jose Quijada. How much money is he asking for? I can't really pay him $5 million, can I? For a season? No, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Jonathan Loaizaga, interesting. He's probably not worth that much, is he? He's worth about the same, isn't he? $4 million for a year? He wants a longer contract? I don't really want to give you a longer contract. The salary's too low. Oh, these guys are so picky, aren't they? These guys are so picky. We do need a backup catcher. So we should probably go with... I don't know. Who's a body? Who's a body that we could go with here? Maybe Christian Vasquez? Mitch Garver? Mitch? Let's go for Mitch Garver. You can't afford I can't even afford $5 million. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. We can only afford $2 million because we paid Loaizaga for some reason. We need another bullpen arm, that's for sure. But all right. Well, I guess we're just gonna have to ride it out with the lineup that we have. We have 3 guys on the bench. Okay, that's a little crazy. We're gonna have to trade somebody. We're gonna have to trade somebody to free up just a little bit of money. Just a little bit of money. So that we can bring in some people. And Luke Weaver might have to be, even though Luke Weaver's a great pitcher, he had a great season for us. Luke Weaver might have to be the guy, because I don't know who else is going to get traded. Who else do I not want on the team anymore? I mean, Mike Trout, I can't trade him. I'm not going to, but I'm just saying, Mike Trout's contract is so crazy for him being so old. He's really holding us back with his contract. He's really holding us back. We're going to have to trade Luke Weaver, I think. I don't want to. I want to keep Weaver around, but we need more guys on the bench. And he's the most expendable guy that's making the most money. So we're going to have to trade him for at least a cheaper bullpen arm. I don't know who that's going to end up being. Maybe it's Porter Hodge. Porter Hodge is certainly cheaper. Who's going to be this cheaper arm? I don't even know, man. I don't really even want to trade him in the first place. But it has to happen. This guy, he's pretty cheap. Okay. Now we're speaking the same language. That could be a nice bullpen arm to have. Orion Kirkherring? I don't even know who that is. Camilo Doval also. I can't go for Camilo Doval. He's a little bit too much money. Sal Orr? What a name. All right, maybe we could do this trade. We're not losing that much value, and he's a lot younger. And maybe, just maybe, I could toss in this guy and get a lot cheaper. That way we'd be able to sign some free agents. So we'll do that trade. Unfortunately, Luke Weaver got traded. I didn't want to do it. I had to do it because we need to sign some free agents for the bench. We have nobody. And so we need a catcher. So we'll sign Mitch Garver for $5 million. He accepts. Thank you, Mitch. We probably need another infielder. So we'll get somebody that can probably play. Is there anybody that can play like second base and shortstop? Nicky Lopez fits that. Kevin Biggio. Jorge Polanco. He can play both. Jahmai Jones. There's Anthony Rendon. Nick Madrigal. Gio Urshela. J.D. Davis. Who do I want to go after? DJ LeMahieu. Man, he was so good back in the day, man. He was a freak. He's gotten old, that's for sure. Orlando Arcia. That might be a decent option. I don't want to pay him that much money, though. Ooh, maybe not. He's going to want way too much money. Orlando Arcia is not the guy for us, but we could go for a guy like... I kind of like Jorge Polanco as an option. Or maybe Nicky Lopez, bring him back to the team. Or I guess he was never on the team. He's wearing an Angels jersey in the picture. How much is Jorge Polanco? Is he too expensive? We could maybe get Jorge Polanco. Can he play? He can play second and third, which is pretty decent. So I think we'll do that. We'll pay him a little bit of money. He'd like a longer contract. Of course he would, wouldn't you? 2-year deal. Okay, so that's pretty much all the money that we can spend. But at least we get some extra bodies on the bench instead of having 3 guys. Now we have 5. That's at least something. All right, and we're going to keep John Kenzie at first, I think. But Shano can't play any other position. Why? Why can you not play any other position? You're going to have to be our DH, aren't you? But Schwarber needs to be our DH. There's no way Schwarber's playing left field. Shano, how much speed? You don't have any speed. You can't play in the outfield. Oh, but John Kenzie played so much better when we put him at first base. I guess we'll put him at left field and see how he does. I can't have Shano play in left field, obviously. The rest of this looks pretty good. We'll just make sure that Schwarber is not DHing. Christian Campbell, Hoppy's at catcher. All right, that's going to be the lineup that we're going to rock with. Are we better than we were last year? I don't know, maybe. I think we can win a bunch of games. I don't know if we can make the playoffs again. Tanner Beebe, Luis Gil. I mean, we added another big-time starter, so that's helpful. We don't have any long relief guys anymore. Well, that's not good. That's a little tricky, not having any more long relief guys. I definitely don't want Jonathan Loaizaga being our setup guy. The stamina is not ideal. We still have... Oh, I was going to say we still have a roster spot. We don't have a roster spot. I was going to call up another pitcher and just have him be a long relief guy, but we don't really have that either because we need our AAA guys to be a... All right, this is going to be a wild season. This is going to be a wild season. What we're going to do is, until James Wood comes back from injury, which he's still out for 49 days, so he's going to miss opening day. Until James Wood comes back from injury, we're going to have John Kenzie play left, Schwarber DH, Sean will play first. When James Wood comes back, he will obviously slot right back into left field. John Kenzie's going to move to first. Sean's going to move to the bench. Schwarber's going to stay at DH. That's probably how it's going to go. Unless things change by somebody playing so well I can't bench them. Like if Shano's playing unbelievably well, then I won't bench him. Or if John Kenzie's playing unbelievably well, then we'll figure it out. But that's the off-season episode. I don't know how it went. I think it went okay. I'm not super happy about it. I think we're still going to be a good team. I still think we're going to be a playoff team. But I guess we'll find out. If you enjoyed the episode, make sure to leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I truly appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.